Pretty sure we've decided. Gonna head over to the castle. Continue the main story. Gotta meet with Professor Fig first, this time. Because we're probably gonna have some clearing out to do. Probably follow this path, because it looks like that's intended. Oh, it's nighttime. We gotta do this table real quick first, of course. Alright, so let's rotate. Zoom in. Oh, actually, this is a tough one. Now that I think about it, like, this one's so far away, but it doesn't look like it meshes up with everything else. Huh. Like, these three obviously, like the Orion's belt type figure. Oh, I think they're tricking me with the bright star. The bright star wasn't even included. Sitting there trying to figure out how to make it match. Oh, looks like we have a challenge complete now for those. Oh, there's also a Merlin trial. Within view. Oh, and a landing pad. All this stuff still. And some interesting house. Oh. Okay, maybe we won't head straight to the castle. There's just so much to do
Let's see
around
what's
here.
up your sleeve this time, Merlin.
We'll probably have to wait till daytime anyway for Professor Fig. This is fine.
Confringo. Revelio.
Oh, that's a Dug Bog. Oh, what's this? Oh, leech juice. Got a couple Dug Bogs. They shouldn't be that much of an issue.
Confringo.
Ah, there it is.
That's that. Settled.
Yeah, there's just so much stuff on the map here. It's so dense. And then stuff that's not even on the map, like this house. Well, technically it is because there's a blue flame, but...
Confringo.
Oh, wrong two wheel.
Crucio. Arrest. Stupid one. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Crucio. Potato. Stupid one. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Rependo. Protego. Stupefy. Crucio. Rependo. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus.
Not the prettiest. Those guys take a beating, though. I really should look back into how to effectively take them down. They're probably some of the hardest enemies for me, to be honest.
Revelio.
Especially when they're in a group. Okay, we'll grab this loot that they might have been guarding. It's kind of a weird spot. But at the same time, this house seems interesting. It's just kind of out here. There's really nothing to it.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
We did manage to build up some of our ancient magic with it, which is good.
Revelio.
Okay. Let's get back on the path, headed towards the castle. It's enough distractions for the moment. For the moment, at least. We'll probably find more.
Revelio.
Hi, I see. We had to wait for Professor Fig anyway.
Over here!
What's going on here?
Professor Rookwood was right. The place is crawling with Victor Rookwood's lot and Ranrok's loyalists. They're working together, all right, but it is not a friendly alliance. I'm sure you'll agree that we need to find a way in other than the front gate. Let's go.
Why not the front gate? Seems fine to me.
Revelio. Crucible.
Oh, it's not fine because it's locked. That's fine.
Revelio.
Where are the two of you headed? No.
Absurd, isn't it? Ranrok wants us to find the child. But which child?
We could find every child before you, Ranrok. Eventually, we might
Expelliarmus.
find one.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Apparently that was it for that battle.
Revelio.
Good job, Professor Fig. Anything good in here? This must be the other way in they were talking about.
You will regret.
You can't stop Ranrok's rebellion!
I beg to differ.
Crucible. Expelliarmus.
Okay, if I want to see what's up there, we're gonna have to
Revelio.
double puzzle it. Ah, more floopers. We actually... Oh no. I was about to say, we might go check that out. But I don't think Professor Fig will like me straying too far away. We'll try.
Levioso.
I won't rest.
Okay, there's definitely some fighting going on down there. Oh boy. Ah, Professor Fig.
Levioso.
Nope, wrong guy. right on the border here. I think that's all of them.
Revelio.
Yep, looks good. I know how I'm getting back up. Oops. Never mind, it's a non-flying zone. I mean, it makes sense that it's a non-flying zone, just because we got somebody with us. But at the same time, he should know how to use a broom, too. Okay, let's go.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
There's probably nothing good up here. Yeah, we can't even get up that way. We'd have to
Accio.
Levioso it first.
Levioso.
If I'd known your plan was to dig up half the
I
country...
wouldn't have to dig if you could simply manage to bring me the child.
We wouldn't need the child if you hadn't sent a dragon to retrieve the container I spent months and countless ministry favors tracking.
You let them board the carriage. My options were limited once I knew it would be inconveniently beyond my reach at that infernal school.
Have you not acquired enough power here? I allowed you to tunnel under my family home.
Allowed me? You are here only because you are descended from a keeper and may at some point inadvertently become valuable. We had an agreement. I will share with you the power that I discovered if you locate the stores of magic that are yet to be found. So, unless you want another demonstration of my power, a power that you one day hope to wield, bring me the child.
We already knew they were after you, but now we know they're digging for stores of magic.
And Ranrok knows about the Keepers.
Yes, I caught that too. Professor Rookwood said that you'd understand more once you complete the next trial.
Let's get into that castle.
Yeah, we figured as much.
Any special words you want me to pass on to your mum?
I think now is the time for Thunder Brew. Oh. Why can't I select it? There we go.
Confringo.
No more happy days for you.
We're also in the wrong two-wheel. Venomous Tentacula.
Electricity. Get accustomed to that. Not in fuck. I won't bet.
Arrest those.
I'll make you wish one back at the school. Is that best you can do? Predictable. Nice try. Mike, I thought you didn't leave my whole
Oh, that was a focus potion, that's why. I was confused on what was going on. Thunder Brew.
How embarrassing.
Alright, trying to balance tab stuff as well as spells. Plus starting off with the wrong tool wheel. Made that ugly.
What was...
Revelio.
Okay, that was the main door we couldn't get through, which is fine. Looks like there's actually a couple enemies patrolling that path. Yeah, that could have went better. There's also apparently an infamous foe in the area. It literally sounds like people are teleporting in, but I don't know where.
Revelio.
I think that is everything outside for the most part. We obviously need to get into there, which is probably going to be done, well, maybe not through here.
Revelio.
Probably up through there. Just trying to make sure we get what we can.
Revelio.
Okay, there's absolutely no reason for that jump. Whoop. Professor Fig's got some hops. Curious though, like, let's see if the map shows me. Yeah, I can't tell where the infamous foe is supposed to be. Let's actually go stand in its spot. Let's see if it's at a lower level. No, it's literally supposed to be like right here. So no arrows. Maybe we have to come back here during a non-quest section. I guess that's fine.
Revelio.
Yeah, there's nothing up there anyway. Oh, hi, Professor Fig.
I suppose that's the quick way down.
Oh, this is ancient magic type stuff, but how do we... Oh, maybe that's Incendio, actually. Oh. We want to go... We'll pop that there for the moment.
Incendio.
Oh, no, never mind. We've seen this puzzle mechanic before.
Confringo.
Yep, and that opens that up.
Revelio.
Apparently we did miss a bunch of stuff on the outside, though. I don't know if they'll let us back outside. Well, especially not now that we jumped down. Oh. Yeah, we're kind of committed to this at the moment. The Rookwood Cellar.
Revelio.
They're a step ahead of us. Let's see where they lead.
Well, I mean, we kind of already heard they've been down here digging for a while. Quite a while, looks like. That must be the ancient magic they've been using.
This must be it. The store of magic and the source of Ranrok's power.
It looks empty. If they've taken all of it, why are they still here?
Ranrok said there's more to be found, and if he's right about that, it may or may not be located here. Wherever it is, we need to find it before they do. Where is that portrait?
It doesn't look like it's still digging much, but sounds like it is. Can we interact with this at all? No. You can tell it's evil because it's red. No.
Revelio.
I heard something. I was hoping that was you.
What's up, buddy?
Professor Rookwood, the goblins and dark wizards who've overrun your castle are digging for stores of magic and have broken open some sort of container.
No. Things are more dire than I could have imagined. If, as you told Percival, a goblin in his vault was wielding a powerful magic, then they have somehow learned. It cannot be.
And sir, they know you were a keeper. Ranrok used the term.
This makes no sense. How did... We shall discuss this later. Right now, you must complete the next trial.
I'm ready.
Just tell me where I need to go.
The power you stand to wield must first be fully understood. The trials will ensure that. Power without knowledge is dangerous indeed. In the wrong hands, we will simply have to outwit Ranrok and my unfortunate namesake.
Very well, Professor. Tell me where I need to go.
I shall reveal the path. Professor Fig must leave you now.
See you later, Professor.
I would join you if I could. I shall await your arrival in the map chamber.
I'll be fine.
Revelio.
What's the worst that could happen?
Revelio.
Oh, because we never had the mini-map active before? Didn't realize, but there's nothing for it to really show here.
Revelio.
Okay. Let's pop back through the portal.
Wingardium Leviosa.
And we'll pop back through the portal again.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
That should be sufficient.
Revelio.
And just making sure we're not leaving a chest behind or something. Some more of these fun floors. Okay, now we're gonna get the chests and stuff. I don't know if this one's on a timer. Nope.
Revelio.
Do need to figure out how to get up a little bit higher even. Which might have something to do with this, but I'm not so sure about that. Double check, see if anything popped up over here. Doesn't look like it. Guess all that's left is activate this. And then double back. Ah, so that changed the direction of the portal.
That pillar is blocking the path. I'll need to move it.
More important things first. How do we access these treasures? Okay, it's probably going to involve stepping through the portal. But at what direction? Oh. Well, we already have access to a different chest. Oh, that's no longer a chest. Oh, no, there is a chest there.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh. Probably need this at some point. We'll set it there. Oh, actually.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Disregard that. Okay, the chest isn't physically there in this world. But this... Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So it actually turned into a chest. What happens if we walk through this way? I don't think that actually did anything.
Revelio.
Yep, so there's no longer a chest over there. However...
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
I'm curious. This might be dumb.
Leviosa.
Ooh. Apparently it wasn't stable. I don't think this will work. I did! Hurrah!
Revelio.
Was it worth it? Absolutely not. Okay, we can see that it's blocked off from here. In here. Oh, no, not a beast. I wanted...
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
This would probably be important somehow. Let's walk through the portal with it.
Accio.
Oops.
Revelio.
Revelio. Now, what more can... No, there's no more chests. Oh, that's something I want to check. Is there anything new over here now? Nope. Wonder. Return it now. Yep.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
The path should be clear now. It is. But I'm also curious. Okay, you're just a big old guy. No, there's something else I wanted to check. I just can't remember what I was thinking.
Is there any way to reposition this archway?
Okay. Yeah, it turns out there was nothing there. That's fine. I just wanted to double check.
Revelio.
Looks like it's time to fight some of these things again. It's fine. We got cool spells for it now. I don't know if Crucial will work though. Damage really should have spread. For some reason it didn't. That's fine, still an easy enough battle.
Revelio.
This moving platform while we're fighting though is pretty neat. But I just gotta make doubly sure, no branching paths. Nothing like that. Okay. I'm guessing that we have to hit that.
I believe I need to proceed to the left here, but how?
What happens if we hit it from this spot? Oh, interesting. Are you another battle? No?
Revelio.
Oh, but we do have access to this now. Probably be
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
important. Actually,
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
looks like at some point it becomes a chest.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Question becomes how and when. That's fine. Let's go ahead and give us another rotation.
Perhaps I'm to hit the mark on the far wall. That sort of thing has repositioned the archways in the past.
Indeed. Now we'll try hitting it through the portal, see if that has a different effect. No. Okay, this is how we came in, correct? Correct. It's definitely involved in the puzzle somehow.
Revelio.
Ah, here's an idea. Nope, that didn't work like I'd hoped.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh no, it's God.
Figures appear and disappear depending upon which side of the archway I'm on.
There we go. Almost launched myself to an early death there.
Accio, Wingardium Leviosa.
I don't think spinning it will do anything for me. I don't think passing it through does much. Let me see where one bridge is. Like, we can make this bridge appear. We need to figure out a way to turn it another direction, I think. Like to the left. But it only has 2 directions. So what is that thing supposed to do for me?
Accio, Wingardium Leviosa.
So this has to have something. Okay, I don't know if that's supposed to do anything. Also, what happens if we hit this now? Will we fall to our death? Nope. Ah! That solves a little bit.
Revelio.
Maybe this doesn't turn into a chest at all.
Accio, Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
It looked like... Alright.
Accio, Wingardium Leviosa.
Yeah, like right there. This could be a chest. But how? Like right now it's a chest. Oh. Curiouser and curiouser. How did that work? Okay, I can honestly say I don't know what caused it to become a chest that time. Oh, now it's not. That's fine. We got
Revelio.
it. Ooh. That was fun. Just curious what we have in store for us here. There's a chest over that way. I have a feeling these things are going to activate at some point. Actually, I wonder... Oh! Nope, that's all gone. Can't backtrack. Just gonna bring that thing with me to destroy these statues. Oh, now this is a barrier. And there also happen to be no statues anymore. Interesting. This is another rotating deal. What do we... Oh, invisible enemies. Alright. Visible enemies are no longer a concern. So...
Hitting those marks readjusts the archways. Perhaps there's a way forward from the other side of this one.
Also curious how this thing will work for us. Guess all that's left for it is... Okay, so we can't move it when it's that size. I think we need... Oh. It's multi-leveled. Interesting. We haven't even done the moving that yet.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa.
If we move this right about here, maybe. What's up here? Oh, not quite high enough. Wait a second, how did we make it smaller? I don't remember stepping through the portal. Just going around the portal do stuff. No. We must have walked through it at some point.
Is it possible to pull one of those blocks through the archway?
Oh, it is. We've done it. But I'm more curious.
Revelio.
There's definitely a chest up there.
Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Leviosa. Revelio.
Well, I honestly don't know if there was more to this puzzle, but we're through it. Maybe we're not actually through it. Maybe that's just what we had to do to get that chest. Interesting. Oh no, we are through it. Okay.
Revelio.
Hi, friend.
Crucio. Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum.
Wasn't much to that battle. We have a couple paths. There's that path and there's this path. This looks like more of a side path, maybe? Or not. We'll wait to activate that. See what this is. Now that looks more and more like the way forward. So we'll see what's going on over here. Ah.
Accio.
Okay, it's kind of stuck.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh, never mind. Good enough. Now the question becomes, do we want to try to jump through that at some point? I don't think we need to. That's fine. Got what I wanted. Let's see what awaits us down this way.
Revelio.
Oh, giving me the Wiggenweld. Must be about time for something bad to happen. More Wiggenweld. A lot of it. Anything good? Nothing good. Alright. I'm in the wrong. So
Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus.
oh boy. Losing focus here. Why wasn't I cruising the guy with target on?
Expelliarmus. Protego.
Back through this portal, fight this guy. Now we already know there's going to be a boss. I admittedly don't remember the best way to fight him.
Expelliarmus. Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus. Rependo.
All out of the things to throw. I didn't throw them all, but apparently all got broken. I don't know if that'll stun him. Looks like it does.
Arresto momentum. Expelliarmus.
We just need to collect more of this stuff. hard part was the fighting invisible guys.
What a relief. Revelio.
I guess that's the path forward. Whoa. Interesting.
Revelio.
There's the pensive we need, but that's going to be the way out of here. There is a chest. There's always a chest. We'll loot that real quick, Lack. Although I don't think we got a single legendary piece in here. And that trend continues. Let's view Charles Rookwood's memories.
I must say I'm curious to hear of Isadore's travels.
Do come in. Please, have a seat.
Isadora, we are all most intrigued to hear.
We're ready. I've something to show you. Father, these are my colleagues from Hogwarts. Father hasn't spoken since my brother died. On my travels, I confirmed that which I've always believed. That we have the power to take away pain.
Isadora. What have you done?
I took his pain.
This is uncharted magic, Isadora. You can only see what has been sealed in the jar, and we do not know what power that may hold. But the traces of that magic are different from what I've seen before.
Thank you.
Huh. Like I said, I felt like she had good intentions, but something has to have gone wrong.
Revelio.
Can we move? There we go. Took a minute, I guess.
You're back.
And in one piece, no less. It is good to see you again.
Professor Rookwood told me about what happened at Rookwood Castle.
In light of the dire circumstances in which we find ourselves, it is most fortunate that someone so competent is following this path.
Thank you, Professor. I shall keep the second artifact safe as you've advised.
Good. Are you ready to move on?
What did Isadora remove from her father's chest in the memory?
What was the glowing strand that Isadora pulled from her father's chest?
It was pain. You will understand more about her actions as you complete the trials.
I'm ready.
I'm ready for whatever comes next.
In that case, introductions are in order.
Allow me to introduce former Hogwarts headmistress, Neve Fitzgerald.
How do you do? I must say that I was not entirely surprised to learn that a student had been completing the trials. I've always believed Hogwarts students capable of anything they set their minds to.
Thank you, Professor. It's a pleasure to meet you as well.
I am certain that you are more than capable of completing my trial. However, I must first, how shall I say, prepare the location of your next trial.
We trust your judgment, Professor Fitzgerald. You should know better than anyone how to manage the inconvenience of, well...
A vainglorious and exasperating headmaster? Indeed I should. I shall confirm that everything is in order immediately.
Of course. Professor Fitzgerald needs some time to clear the way forward. Until then, you should continue to hone your magic. If you learn more about Ranrok and Victor Rookwood's activities in the meantime, please let us know.
Very well, Professor.
I think some of those areas we couldn't get to within Hogwarts having to deal with the headmaster. Sounds like some of that might start opening up soon.
I know. Continue to hone my magic.
You do learn quickly. Hopefully you will soon hear from Lodgok as well, and we shall learn how he fared with the helmet you retrieved. Well done today, as always. We shall speak again soon.